Beer here back at the fantasy bar. It's Monday. Let's make it a happy hour. We're slashing prices. Some of my favorite value plays, mid-range plays, 5 plays for you under 6,500 on FanDuel and DraftKings. We got a minimum price play for you and a beast of the night under 6K on both sites. Who we talking about? Belly up to the fantasy bar and find out. Welcome in, guys. Happy hour edition, Beers Daily Fantasy 6-pack. Good to be back in the fantasy bar here on a Monday. And we got to brighten up the Mondays, save you some money here. Like your favorite bar down the road. It's exactly what we're going to do with value plays, mid-range plays. Welcome in to the video. Now, before we get into those value plays, do me a favor. Click that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel as well. Get notified when these videos are coming out. Lastly, head over to scoresandodds.com/beer. March Madness approaching rapidly. You want to be armed with the best information, guys. Go and check it out today. That link in the description. Tons of great betting information, analytics. You can see all the odds across all the different sports books. Compare the bets to the money coming in. And of course, make your life easy with some premium picks as well. Check it out today. scoresandodds.com/beer. All right, let's get into this slate of games here on a Monday. Got a big slate, and we've narrowed it down to 6 of my favorite plays. Let's start at small forward, power forward with KELDON Johnson of the Spurs. That's towards the higher end of what we're going to spend on the show here today, but injury-wise, we got to keep an eye on DeJounte Murray, listed as questionable here. And I want to be clear, whether Murray's in or not, I still like KELDON Johnson. Now, obviously, if he's out, you see a nice little usage bump here, second highest on the San Antonio Spurs. But even if DeJounte's in there, still like what I'm seeing here recently out of KELDON Johnson. This guy's really stepping up. 30 or more DraftKings points now in 10 of the last 15 games. So a nice 67% clip there that he's getting you to that 30-point floor. 4 of those games, 42 or more DraftKings points. So you see that nice combination of floor and ceiling that we're always looking for here. The Lakers, we know, it's been a mess. Sure, LeBron the other night, great story. But their defense been atrocious, especially against power forwards. Bottom 10 in the league this season. KELDON Johnson in a great spot. Here to lead us off tonight against the Los Angeles Lakers. All right, let's get you some value at small forward, power forward with Jonathan Kuminga of the Warriors. Now we know Golden State going to be resting some guys tonight. All the stars going to be on the shelf. No Steph, no Clay. Wiggins also out. We know Draymond remains on the shelf. Gary Payton II also will not play here tonight. So it leaves a lot of usage, obviously, even if you just took Steph out of this lineup, let alone the rest of those names here. So when you run the numbers in our Court IQ tool here on RotoGrinders, you see Kuminga, second highest usage rate on the team with those guys off the floor this season. So a guy that has produced in this spot, and we've seen his upside. We've seen the level that this guy can play at. I don't think an 8 to 10x return on these prices is out of the question here tonight. In fact, I think he really threatens that 10x. I'm calling 40 fantasy points here for Jonathan Kuminga, making him easily one of the better value plays, if not the best value play on this slate tonight. But we got more value coming up, so let's get to it next. At the point guard position, minimum priced over on FanDuel, Brandon Williams of the Blazers. Now, this is the time in the NBA season where I'm expecting a lot of people out there to go, who in the hell is Brandon Williams? We're going to start seeing a lot of names that we have not seen before. This Portland team, not interested in winning games right now. Very clear. Half the team on the shelf. They traded away a ton of pieces here. So we're going to start to see guys like Brandon Williams get their opportunity here. With 3,500 on FanDuel for a starting point guard, very hard to ignore, especially if you play any form of cash games. He's got to be one of the first guys you get in that lineup. Going to play minutes, been productive with his opportunity. This guy's scoring 15 points per game over the last 4. So been very aggressive shooting the basketball, and nice pace up spot here for Portland. I know the blowout probably a concern for a lot of people here, but when you're paying minimum price on a guy, even if they're playing from behind, their lack of depth, this guy's going to play a ton of minutes here. But Minnesota, second highest pace in the league. So always a good spot for a point guard in a pace up spot here. Can't beat this price. Brandon Williams, the best value play on the board tonight on both sites, but especially over on FanDuel at just 3,500. All right, let's stay here with the Blazers. Another value play at power forward center, TRENDON Watford. So another guy that's just been playing well. And FanDuel, you look at the price discrepancy here, way down at 3,700. So this is just as good of a value play, if not better, than what we're getting with Brandon Williams. And this guy's been very productive. No reason his price should remain this low. We just saw this matchup on Saturday, 39 fantasy points in that game for Watford against this Minnesota squad. So a spot he obviously can thrive in here. And with these additional minutes, This guy's been solid, averaging a double-double here over the last couple games, playing 31 minutes a game, giving you 12.5, 10.5 here. Watford, solid value here in a matchup he has done well in, and the FanDuel just way too cheap at 3,700. All right, let's go to the other side of the game. A little correlation with center KARL-ANTHONY Towns. Now, I know happy hour, we're saving money, but sometimes you want a top shelf drink, and that's KARL-ANTHONY Towns tonight. So we're going to make a nice little pour here in the bar of Towns. But again, look at that FanDuel price lagging behind the DraftKings price big time, way down at 9,200. And we just saw this game, like I mentioned, Saturday night. KARL-ANTHONY Towns absolutely dominated that game. 36 points, 16 boards, 5 block shots there. And since Anthony Edwards has been out, this guy's been on a tear. We talked about it the other night. Edwards out, the usage goes up for KARL-ANTHONY Towns, averaging almost 55 DraftKings points per game now over the last 3. Great buy low on FanDuel, like I mentioned. This matchup, ideal. Portland, and they're rolling out Drew Eubanks. He is not stopping KARL-ANTHONY Towns. So the blowout, obviously a concern here with this Portland squad, but huge team total here from Minnesota. Probably can get it done in 3 quarters here. Love this spot tonight for KARL-ANTHONY Towns. All right, it's time to take a look at my favorite play for Monday night. Before we do that, we want to continue our Beast of the Night contest. Free to play, easy to play, and a big thank you to you guys for hitting that thumbs up button and hanging out here, checking out the video in the fantasy bar. All you got to do, get in the comment section right below the video and guess fantasy points on DraftKings for my favorite play of the night. Closest guess going to win themselves a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. Chance to check it all out behind the scenes, including our Court IQ tool, which we're always referencing here, and the Lineup HQ tool with projections, the ability to create lineups within seconds. So somebody's going to walk away with a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. Hopefully it's you. Also, while you're down there getting your guess, let me know who your Beast of the Night is. But let's wrap this baby up. My favorite play of the night, you know him as the Beast of the Night. All right, Beast time. I promised you a value Beast here, and we're doing just that at point guard, shooting guard with Jordan Poole of the Warriors, tonight's Beast of the Night. So we mentioned Kuminga here, but the highest usage rate, no surprise, goes to Jordan Poole. When you run those numbers in Court IQ, a massive 8% usage bump. You just don't see these kind of numbers here. And again, it makes sense with some of the talent that will not be playing for Golden State tonight. That usage shoots all the way to 34% here for Jordan Poole. Comes in good form as well. 27 or more now in 5 of the last 7. In fact, over the last 2, averaging almost 36 DraftKings points per game. And the Nuggets, this is a spot they have struggled in. Bottom 5 in the NBA in fantasy points allowed to the point guard position. So the prices are fair here. You can't argue the usage here. Jordan Poole, easily my favorite play on the board in tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that'll wrap us up for Monday night in the fantasy bar. If you have any comments, questions, feedback, hit me up in that comment section right below the video. Don't forget, fantasy points for Jordan Poole on DraftKings for your shot at some free RotoGrinders Premium. And let me know who your Beast of the Night is. Sound off in that comment section. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut, guys. Best of luck in the NBA tonight. We'll take tomorrow off. Be back on Wednesday with more picks, so make sure you're subscribed so you get that notification. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up button and go and check out scoresandodds.com. Good luck tonight, guys. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on Wednesday.
Hey, thanks for checking out our videos. If you want more expert advice on DraftKings, FanDuel, or any other daily fantasy sports, make sure you check out the current videos playlist